All right, guys, let me know you can hear me okay, and we can get started. And today's webinar is actually pretty important stuff, even if you're not doing affiliate marketing for Amazon. Can you see the screen okay as well? Great, okay. Right, so what we're going to talk about today is featured snippets, okay? So featured snippets, they are a way that we can go and take traffic from the top ranking websites by getting what people are calling rank zero. So we are ranking above the #1 position. Okay, I'll show you some examples of that a little bit later on. And they're not that hard to optimize for, but the good news is that not many people, apart from SEOs, are optimizing for them, okay? And this gives us a major advantage because time and time again, when we are doing things like Amazon affiliate marketing, you're going to see in the search results, whether you're looking in Longtail Pro or Key Search or any of those keyword tools, you're going to see in the search results what looks like an easy keyword to rank, but when you actually look at the competition, you're going to see websites like Amazon and Walmart and the manufacturers in there, and you're going to think to yourself, is that really a keyword I can go and outrank those authority sites with? Well, this is a good way to get around it because these kind of sites don't typically do the type of optimization needed to be able to get these featured snippets. That's why it's so important, and this will work in any niche as well. Now, when you go into local marketing, to be able to get these kind of snippets, you will need to have ranked in the sort of 3-pack on the Google search results as well. And from research that I've been doing, that I do not do local marketing, but just what I've read, looking at places like Moz and a whole bunch of other sort of geeky SEO sites that go into every single detail and dissect everything. And they're great places to go and get some great information from. So what I want to do is I'm going to share the document with you in a few minutes, and I've got some resources in there that you need to be aware of, especially if you're in niche ripping. And I'll put some links in there as well for anybody who needs to go and check some of these out. But what I want to do first is I want to give you some examples of the feature snippet stuff, and then we will come back around, okay? And you can see exactly how they work for Amazon, which is what we're really doing today, but it's relevant to any niche. You can do this kind of stuff in any niche. Okay, let's see if I find this guy as well. Typo, straight away typo. Okay. Now we've been sort of building out a site quite slowly while we're testing the Traffic Scout Alpha tool and while we are basically improving according to the stuff that I'm saying, because I'm very engaged with this project right now for niche ripping and using Traffic Scout Alpha. So I've actually asked Gunpowder to go and recode the Amazon tool completely for Traffic Scout Alpha. Hopefully he started on that last night. I wasn't around last night to be able to ask him, but some things we need to get sort of more automated so that we can go through this very quickly. And everything I'm going to show you today about the featured snippets, we will be offering that type of content optimization, content creation, content optimization as a service once we have got those things in place, because there's some things that's really needed to do to increase the automation of the Traffic Scout Alpha WordPress posting from the Amazon tool, so that we can really move through this very fast. But even the way it is right now, it saves a huge amount of time. So I did a post yesterday, and I basically spent about 40 minutes on what would have taken probably anything between 4 or 5 hours, I would imagine, to do it properly by hand. It would just take too long to do if you were doing it by hand. With tools like Traffic Scout Alpha, then we're able to go and automate a huge amount of it, but we still have some formatting and stuff to do. So anyway, let's go and take a look at these two websites here. And you will see this lady time and time again. You will see her in the sort of feature snippets for sort of bicycle type keywords in here. And what you will find with her is that she's got this down to a fine art. She really has got it down to a fine art, where she is able to go and create content that basically will go and rank very quickly, and without very many backlinks at all. Some of her posts have got like 3 or 4 backlinks, but she's got the feature snippets, which is kind of incredible. But she does have an authority site, and we will cover some parts of that today as well. So if I just try and do a quick search in here so I can find the content that I want exactly, because I had to go and refresh the cookies last night to be able to access my own website. Okay, let's put in here women's cycling shorts. Okay, actually let's do the folding bikes. It's a better example. Now you might have seen me doing videos on this during the week and last week as well, but it's kind of relevant because how easy she's doing this kind of content. If you have a look at her content here, she's got a very, very brief introduction. Then she's got the name of the product, she's got an image, and she's got a paragraph. Next one down, name of product, image, paragraph. Okay, and it goes all the way down. Now if I go and search Google for best electric folding bikes, actually she's lost her place on the snippets here. Somebody else has taken her place because they've probably done better content. But you will see these kind of keyword searches will produce what these are here. These are the feature snippets. This is what can outrank. Now have a look at this. The #1 content is at women's website. Okay, the one I just opened up there. The #2 content has taken the rank 0 position. Okay, and you will find that happens anything in the top 5. Okay, anything in the top 5 can get this, and if nobody else is optimizing for these feature snippets, you can go and take that place. That's pretty incredible stuff. So if you've got like an Amazon there, or even 2 or 3 Amazon sort of listings there, Walmart, all those kind of listings there, and you can get yourself into the top 5, then you've got some major advantage over them, because you can optimize your content so that you can get here. And you can see it's just a simple list type post. Let's go and have a look at another one. This guy here, folding bike reviews. Now this guy, he's got, you know, multiple times the same kind of things. Is this the right website? I think it is. He's doing these tables using a tool called Table Press. And again, this type of content with the tables, it will rank for the feature snippets as well. Anything sort of list style, anything with tables works really, really well with affiliate niches. Okay, you can also get different types of snippets, like paragraph snippets. You can even get video snippets. They're less common for the video ones. Paragraph ones are kind of common, and that's where you can use it, you know, for any other kind of niche, where you start your content off with a sort of question or a question intent, sort of keyword solution to a question, if I can put it that way. Okay, so you can see here, if I go and type in best electric folding bikes, well, Google sees that as a question intent keyword search. Okay, and it's going to provide whoever's giving the best answer in the form that it likes to provide those snippets. In this occasion, it's a list type post. It can be a table type post. Okay, if I go and do something like top selling folding bikes, pretty sure we're going to get again. Yep, top selling folding bikes, and again, there we go. Okay, it's a kind of question intent keyword, like what are the top selling folding bikes? What are the best electric folding bikes, etc. And these kind of things keep popping up again and again, and they're getting more and more common. Okay, it's rising according to the research that I've been reading this week from places like Moz and Search Engine Land and all those geeky SEO sites. This is rising quite a lot. So anything with a sort of question intent is going to get a feature snippet, and it's very, very easy to go and check if there is a feature snippet for the keyword that you want to go and do. Okay. Now, one of the things I like to do is I like to just use a question tool, and there's a whole bunch of free question tools out there that you can use. But I tend to use the one that we got ourselves with the optimization alpha, because it's really fast. If I type in here about electric bikes, I get all these bunch of questions come back in literally 2 seconds. So it's quick and easy for me. If you don't have a question tool, there's a website called Answer the Public. Okay, Answer the Public, and that one is good for being able to do it for free. And a lot of the big guys are using this tool to be able to go and get ideas for questions, but you really don't need it if you got like Optimization Alpha. Okay, so I'll put this link in here as well. Let's put a link in here so when I share this document with you in a few seconds, you've got that. And the other thing you can do is there's another keyword sort of question finder tool. It's called Keyword Spy, or Question Spy, sorry. And it costs like $7. Okay, I don't know if we'll find it with a Google search, but yeah, this one here. Question Spy costs $7. It does look like the Optimization Alpha does, but it just takes a little bit longer, so I'll put that link in there as well. And that's how you can go and find questions in your niche very, very quickly and very, very easily. And then with those questions, what you can do is just do a Google search for the main keywords that you want to go and target, and see who is ranking for snippets. And if people are ranking for snippets, then you know that you can go and overtake them if you've got a better backlink profile, or if you format your content much, much better, which is what we're going to be covering today, how to format our content. Next week we're getting into the backlink stuff, we're getting into PBN stuff, social signals, interactivity, that kind of good stuff, because it's really, really important. And the number of referring domains is really hugely important today as well, which we will cover next week. So let me just put this Question Spy link in there. That's a $7 tool, guys. It's not affiliate link there, but it's good little tool. And I was using it until we got the Optimization Alpha one updated, which is, you know, just much, much better for me. It's quicker and it's so much easier. Okay, so these kind of feature snippets, they keep turning up, and how we get that kind of content is actually pretty easy and actually pretty cool with what we can do with the Traffic Scout Alpha. I'll show you the example of the one I did a couple of days ago. This one took me 40 minutes. Okay, and you can see in here I've got 13 top selling electric folding bikes. Why 13? Because that's what I got back when I did all the filtering from the Amazon tool, and then I just sent everything over from the Amazon tool over to the WordPress poster, and we created this post. The post is actually created in seconds, and then we had to do some extra formatting. So we put the video in here from Traffic Scout Alpha. I had to do this part manually so that we could get that snippets, the sort of stars review snippets up here. And then when we come down, you can see we're doing both the list style post with a lot more content, which might not necessarily be a great thing to do, but I'm testing it anyway. And we also got the table style in here as well. That's giving Google 2 times what they're looking for. Okay, they're looking for either or in most situations. If you can give them both, then you're just putting in the extra work that other people are probably not likely to do, not even for one of these. But even if they're doing it for one, you've got a major, major advantage for 2 reasons. One, you're doing more user-friendly content because you've got comparison table, plus you have a list style post underneath that that goes into details about each product. Okay. Secondly, it's topical optimization. If you think about it today, for the SEO, for the on-page SEO stuff, Google is ranking things according to topics. Okay. If you've got a whole bunch of topical keywords, then it's going to be far, far better for you, because then you're giving Google the ingredients for the recipe. It's trying to figure out what your content is about. Okay, so if you go into a restaurant and you forget the name of the dish, for example, and you say, oh, I can't remember what it was, but it's got like beef fillet, it's got paprika, it's got mushrooms, it's got cream, then the waiter can stop you and say, that's beef stroganoff. Okay, it's the same when we're doing that kind of content for Google, when Google needs to know what your content is about. If we got those topical keywords in there, then it knows exactly what that content is about, so that it knows where to rank you. And then it's going to watch for things like referring domains, backlinks, interactivity, and you know, are people clicking through from the search engines, and how long they're going to stay on your site. All that kind of stuff is what's really, really, really important today. Okay, you can forget all the sort of sneaky black hat 5-minute tactics that, you know, might sound really cool at the time. This is basic SEO as it is today. I mean, basic SEO 101, that we all need to take into account. If you can do just those basics, You don't need any of the rest of the stuff. Okay, all you need is to focus on the quality of the content, getting some backlinks, getting the number of referring domains in the backlinks, getting some interactivity with your social signals, with commenting, all that kind of stuff is really, really important, and reduce the bounce time on the websites, okay? So the people are staying there and they're clicking about other pages as well. That's what's really, really important, okay? Now, how we did this post, let me show you very, very quickly, for those who have not seen this sort of these latest updates that we've done in the last week. You can see here I've got these 13 products here. Now what I did is I filtered, and you can see I've removed anything less than 4 for the ratings. Now typically the ratings will be up to 5, but one thing that keeps popping up is if there's a brand new product and it doesn't have any ratings, the software is not removing it. So it's one of those things that we have to either live with or just uncheck the box when we're going to send it over. Okay. Now what we've done in the last week is we've added the ability that we can do. Actually, in the last 2 weeks, we've added the ability that we can do tables, or we can do list posts, and in the last few days, we've also added the ability that we can do both together. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you can see we've got the Amazon products, and if I click on any of these, then you can see if there's any videos related to them in YouTube as well. I wouldn't focus too much on this part. I'm actually going to take this out of the update version, because this is good for the live stream alpha, which is where we took this Amazon tool from, but I'm creating a brand new tool specific to Traffic Scout Alpha, where we will still have the video results, but in a different place, so that we can really focus at this part of what we want to do, to be able to create a post with content that Google will love and that Google wants to rank for those featured snippets. So what we can do then is we can check box these, and we can click WordPress poster, table and content, and then it's going to take us over where we can go and create a table. Now in the table at the moment, this is all given to us by the Amazon API. Okay, this is the option they're giving us for this particular category, and this are the options that we're able to use at the moment. So I can put in things like features, I can put in things like image, title, list price, manufacturer, the buy now button, etc., etc. So if I go here and I click on create the table, then it's going to start looking like this. What you do not want to do with this kind of post is you do not want to put in the features, okay? Because in the list style post, which is going to be underneath it, it's going to have all those anyway, okay? And if you do add that in there, it makes your table really, really skewed up, okay? So I can go and change as well if I want to change it red header, or I can just click on create the table again, and I've got a red header, etc., etc. So once I've done that, I can click on insert the table. Now watch what happens. So I've got this nice space at the top here where I can go and put some information. And if I just hover over here, I'm going to center this content, and I'm going to reduce the size of the images because they're too big. Okay, and now I've got a nice little table in seconds that I can go and post into my WordPress site. Okay, really quick, really easy, and pretty painless. Now the updates that we're doing, we're going to be able to put in the affiliate links into these images here. Okay, I'm not happy that it's not there, so that's part of the rebuild that we're going to be doing for this particular tool, and that hopefully will be done in the next sort of 2 days. I know that Gunpowder should have been working on it last night, so that we can do that. And also we're going to have an option within your campaigns section of Traffic Scout Alpha where you can go and click refresh where for the list price, and it will change nothing on your post except for checking the list price, and we'll go and change the information in your table on your WordPress site for the list price. Okay, so that we're not changing any other formatting or content that you might have added. As you've seen before, I put in, for example, sort of reviews of the top ready product from that list that I did. Yeah, if I was to post again from here, I'm going to lose that. So it's really important that we have just that one column being updated, so the software will find the column, it will update the prices, and that way we can always have the latest prices. And as we scroll down, what you'll notice as well, especially with these Amazon guys, they tend to keyword stuff the titles. they go really, really overboard. It's like SEO in 2006. They go and stuff the titles in Amazon.com, and we have to kind of work around it, okay? So what we can do here is we just center these, and this is another thing I've told them to automate as well, so we can take that headline and we can center that and the image, and when we come down you can see we've got description, etc., and the features that we can use. Now, the best way to use like description, there's two things we've done. Well, actually one thing we've done, but two things you can do. You can either use something like that in quotes, so you're not actually changing anything in here, but it looks authentic because you're quoting the Amazon product description, okay? Or you can right click and, hold on a second, not right click, you can highlight the text and you can come over into the auto spin, and now we've got this area here where we can just spin the selected text, okay? This is really important because that means that we can go through this very, very quickly and we can get that sort of uniqueness into the content as well. But that's not where the content stops. We need to take it a little bit further. So as we do that, you can see that we've got all that information there. This is another thing I've told them to fix as well. So that will be in the next update as well, where this Amazon button will not have this big spaces and stuff, and plus it will be centered as well. And so we can create these posts really, really quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save and close that right now, and I'll come back to it a little bit later. One thing we do take into account now is that if you've got some indexing tools and you want to go and ping your content when you publish it, you can, but it's not going to work unless you're going to not save as a draft, okay? But we really need to save as a draft. So what we can do later is we can just take that URL and we can come into the indexers and pingers in here as well. And we've got some other things that we can do as well. If you've got alpha networks, you can bookmark from the social bookmark sites and alpha networks, and you can use other social bookmarking sites as well. Now, one of the most important things in this tool is the rank tracking, okay? If we send over to rank tracker, that means we can go and rank track, we can track from multiple keywords, okay? This is really, really hugely important, because if you go to try and buy a rank tracking tool, usually they're charging you for you know, X amount of URLs and keywords per month. This is unlimited, you just use it according to what you want. This is not based on my server, this is going to be using your desktop computer and your computer resources. So we don't need to go and be charging monthly for this, but it's a very, very good tool, and it's due to get updated later this week as well, so that we can do unlimited rank tracking. Now, I'll get into the keyword stuff in just a few minutes. All right, so you understand what feature snippets are. You understand how we can get feature snippets for affiliate products or affiliate review sites, in this case Amazon affiliate sites. We've seen examples of how it can be done. Okay, you can see here, these are affiliates for Amazon, where they can get these done. You've seen as well that you do not need to be #1 to be able to get these snippets. You can go and take the traffic from anything in the top 5, as long as you're in the top 5 as well. It's just really, really very, very cool. Okay, if we just go and optimize, and this kind of content is not hard to do. It's really, really not hard to do. It's a little bit time consuming, but we will speed up more you know, over the next few days, so that we can make it even better, and we will put things like the affiliate links into these images and stuff as well. And this kind of content is how we can really very, very quickly create that kind of content that Google wants to rank, and for the feature snippets. Okay, it's got feature snippets optimized. Right, anybody get any questions up to now? Anything at all? Don't forget, you can use this in other niches as well. Maybe, I don't know how you would use the tables, but you won't be able to use the tables in Traffic Scout Alpha for that, because it's based on affiliate stuff, but you could definitely do the list posts. All right, no questions? Okay, you guys are a very, very quiet bunch. I sit on some other people's webinars from time to time, and it's really interactive. Sometimes I wonder if you can still hear me, because I don't get any response from people when I ask people, you got any questions? I've just got silence. You still there? All right, so hopefully you've all you guys have got your WordPress template now. Okay, if you've got any difficulties in that, just connect with Tanya, and she will help you out. Okay, so the WordPress template, you're going to have some videos in this section over here, and these videos with this plugin is very cool because if you open the video, it doesn't actually take you to YouTube. It just opens up here, and it looks nice as well. So what you can do is you can put in, just go and change the playlist ID. I put the YouTube API in there for you. All you need to do is go and put in the playlist ID and it should show up, okay? And that will keep working, so you don't have to go and figure out how to do Google APIs and stuff like that. It's actually YouTube APIs that they take, but they say Google APIs, but I checked it and it worked. Brian, we just did go over some things in Traffic Scout in this webinar, so if there's anything specific that you want to ask, you can ask. But we just showed you how to use Traffic Scout with the Amazon tool, with the WordPress posting for being able to create those list style posts that we can send into WordPress to look like these. Okay, that was done with Traffic Scout. Oh, okay, right, fine. He was kidding me on. Okay, you mentioned poking. A lot of people have been asking about poking sites, what to do with them and stuff like that. I actually don't think we need it anymore. I really don't think we need it anymore. If I go into this post, I hope this is working in your template. I did put in some API for this, and if it's being cloned, it should really work for you as well. But if I go and take just the main keyword here, which is like electric folding bikes, and I put it into this end topic up here, hopefully it's working on yours as well, but I did put in the API, but let me know if not. What we can do is we can get the topical score for the sort of topical SEO keywords, and they're kind of naturally put in here. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. And you can see we've got 94.36. Now, what you'll notice here is where it's got red, we might have sometimes mentioned bikes too often. That doesn't really bother me too much. Why? Because a lot of those people might not be doing list type posts, they might not be doing comparison tables, where these kind of words will creep in naturally anyway, okay? And because we are doing it like that, I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, some of this stuff as well, they will tell you things that are bad words, only because they're in your content and not in somebody else's, okay? All they're doing is comparing your content to the top ranking content. So anything above 90 is going to be okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, if it's got a whole bunch of keywords in here that other people have got, then you're on the right track, okay? Anything above 90 is going to be okay. If you have done some optimization and used some keywords that other content has not used, that's what this tool is calling bad keywords, which is kind of dumb. So don't worry too much. It's not a bad thing. I mean, if you're going to be talking about electric folding bikes and you're talking about travel, well, it is kind of used for commuting and traveling, so that you can fold them up, get on a train, unfold it, ride your electric bike to work or wherever you're going. You do need to talk about things like distance. This Cheesy is actually a product manufacturer. Keywords like alloy, I mean, seriously, those keywords have got to be in there if that's what your content is about. So don't worry too much. As long as we've got something over 90%, then it's okay. But because of this topical SEO that we've got going on here, I honestly don't think we need the poking sites anymore. You know, I will do some videos this week on the poking stuff, and I will share with you some keyword tools that we can use to go and get sort of thousands and thousands of keywords that we can use. But honestly, if you want to do anything with the poking site, then you could just post straight from Traffic Scout Alpha. Wrong one, let me close that one. We just post from Traffic Scout Alpha without doing any other formatting or optimization. Just go and post that into a poking site and go and see where the traffic is coming from. But don't use a dot site, which is a mistake I made when we released the first Traffic Scout Alpha. It took ages to get that site indexed. Get a decent sort of TLD. Get a .com or even a .online is okay, where you can pay like, I think it's 88 cents in some places. You can get it for about 198 in other places. that is okay. You can get indexed pretty quickly with them, but those ones that are .site, they take a long time for some reason to get indexed. And I bought a bunch of them at the beginning of when we first created Traffic Scout Alpha, and you know, that's why I went and created the WordPress RSS Extreme plugin, so that we could get the RSS feeds from every single post that was created, and from the category, and from the website, mash it all up, send it over to FeedBurner, and wow, all of a sudden we started to get indexed. Okay, but stay away from .sites. There's a whole bunch of TLDs that you can use, and even if you get something like a .com, it's, you know, a little bit more expensive than 88 cents. But there's some plugins we can use. We can put in that InstaGenius one from Cindy Donovan. It was released last week. You can just, after you've done your poking, you can put that plugin on that site and just have it like a little store. And what you can actually do with that, what we will be doing in the videos this week, we will actually be creating like an extra WordPress folder on the sort of main domain that we're using, and we will put in a menu tab from that main domain that says deals, okay, and it's going to go to a new WordPress folder which will be like /deals, okay, and I'll put Cindy's plugin on there where it's got it looks like a little store, okay. And the good thing about that is, well, multiple things. They have the 90 days cookies, okay. They have an opt-in sort of setup where people can opt in to get any price updates, and it automates sending emails to those people who opt in whenever there's a price update with your affiliate link in it. So it's very, very cool, very, very good tool. And I was thinking, how do we use this with Traffic Scout Alpha? Because I'm using Traffic Scout Alpha to be able to go and create big sites very, very fast, but with content that Google wants, okay, high quality content, higher quality content than just a store of, than what you would find in those kind of stores style kind of plugins. They're not enough on their own, in my opinion. Everybody's got them. We have to go up a level with the SEO and with the on-page SEO, the on-site SEO. And the way to do that is to go and optimize for these featured snippets and do the topical SEO sort of optimization, all that kind of stuff, and a proper silo structure as well. Now, when I started to think, how do we use this? The idea came to me, we can use it on the poking sites. So when you're finished doing poking, if you want to use a poking site, then just put it on there and you don't have to lose the domain, and it's going to sit there whether it's ranking for those keywords anymore or not. At least you're doing something with that domain. You could later, you know, go and backlink the hell out of it and see, you know, if you can get it ranking, then redirect it to your money site. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Or what we can do is we can just do that extra WordPress folder and we can put that kind of thing in there, which is what we're going to do as well. We're doing an extra WordPress folder as well with the WP Content Ranker, and hopefully we can get that one done this week, that training done this week, how we can use it. There's 3 different ways we can use Content Ranker for this kind of affiliate campaigns, and we can just do an extra WordPress folder there for the Content Rankers so that we can get fast ranking curated content, okay. And because we're going to be able to get that into page 1 if everything goes to plan, and according to some of the videos that Avis was doing, he was getting in page 1 multiple times, then we can get rankings from page 1 web pages into our main content. Okay, so that's the idea that we're going to be using with Content Ranker, and that will make things a lot easier as well. Now, Avis has also got another tool called SERP Fuel. And what it does is it creates like hidden posts that don't show in the navigation, okay? And they are posts done within your WordPress site, okay? But what they are designed to do is to do like internal linking. And you will notice I haven't done much internal linking on any of these posts yet. I've got some outbound links naturally because I've got links to Amazon and stuff like that, links to YouTube. But you will notice I haven't done any internal linking yet, not contextual internal linking. We've got like links at the bottom for related posts, which is not the same thing as a contextual internal link, which we either need to go and do manually or we can use tools to help us that as well, like SERP. Okay, there's another one as well, I forgot the name of it, but when I do the videos this week I'll dig it out and show how we can use that as well. But we need to be able to do all that kind of stuff and the site structure as well properly. Now, did everybody get the Silent Alpha plugin I gave out last week? If not, I'll give you the link to this document. And you can see here the snippet questions in the document as well, so we can, it's a little guide. But anything with question intent. Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Oh, okay. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know what happened there, guys. I've got no idea. My apologies. So I was talking about Google News Poster, okay. I mentioned that I went into the Google News site a couple of weeks ago. I just wanted to check that these posts that were being done from Livestream Alpha were getting posted, and there was a whole bunch that were not. Okay, so for the next 2 or 3 weeks anyway, whenever you make a Google News post, please mention in the traffic Alpha Traffic Skype group or in the niche ripping group, so that I can just keep pushing the assistants to be able to go and check that. I'll get them into a daily routine to go and check that so that it gets done. But Google News posting is really good. How do we use it? Do at least 4 posts on your site before you use it. Okay, do at least 4 posts, and then you can start to link to each, but do, you know, not all at one time. You can do one every couple of days. To write a Google News post, all you need to do is write it like a news type story, not like a press release where you have to put in your company details and all that kind of stuff. You just write it like it's a newspaper type story. You can go into Google News. For example, if I go in here and I go into the news over here, and for my keyword, you can go and find what other people are doing, and you can even, you know, take parts of their content if you want. All we're using the Google News for really is to be able to link back to a site for the purpose of getting fast indexing, okay, for brand new sites. But you want to have at least four pieces of content in there, okay, to be able to do that. For content, if you want to use for the Google News stuff as well, you could possibly use the press release tool and just take out the other parts, like where it's asking for the summary and all that kind of stuff, where it's asking for the company details. You could use the press release tool just for that, just to be able to get that sort of body and go and change the information there, and then use that for the Google News. That will probably be fine. It will probably be okay. The only thing you've got to remember is write it like an article so that it's written in third person. But people on the Black Hat sites, as I mentioned before, I mean, they're charging like $8 or $10 per post to post into Google News. And there's a whole bunch of people buying that stuff. You've got it here for free. Okay, it's really, we've got some great stuff in this tool. Okay, I've got in here as well the links to InstaGenius, WP Content Ranker, SEPfuel. And for anybody who hasn't got TSA, we're going to be doing a little test this week for the Premium 66, the Project 66, sorry, Premium group, where I'm doing a funnel. So we're going to put in the funnel some free plugins and run Facebook ads to it, and the upsell or the tripwire is going to be dollar trial of Traffic Scout Alpha. So I thought I'd better let you guys know about it as well. So if you haven't got Traffic Scout Alpha, you can take a 7-day trial for $1 if you click on that link. So that's going to be in that funnel anyway. Okay. Niche Genetics, I spoke to Abbas and I asked them if he had any coupons. I'll probably be promoting this over the weekend, but I did get a couple of coupons. So there's $50 off the lifetime and $10 off the monthly if you want that. It's a good tool. It's a decent tool. I think, you know, some things you could add to it, but he's got some great stuff in there as well. And if you just want a broad overview, it's pretty handy to use. Okay. And the other thing is the HT access file from Matt Woodward. Okay. I started to get to know Matt this week, and he's got a launch going on for the PBN stuff. And he really knows his stuff. I mean, he knows how to go and compete in very, very competitive markets. He goes into sort of loans and gaming and all that kind of stuff, and he's there with the traffic, and he's got his rankings and, you know, maximizing that traffic, converting it. His course on PBNs is very, very good, and he's doing some free content there and giving free stuff away. The most important one that he's giving away, in my opinion, is the HT access file. So if you don't know how to keep your private blog networks private, get that. You have to opt into his list to get him. Okay. You don't have to buy his PBN course. It's just part of a pre-launch, where if you want to get to the videos and the free tools and stuff, you have to opt in. But go and grab the HT access file. And, you know, he's not the kind of guy who's going to spam you with sort of guru type offers. Okay, but get that HT access file and keep it. And he shows you as well on that video, on video number 2, how to install it, how to put it into your WordPress sites for your PBN WordPress sites. And it literally takes seconds. Okay, so watch the video. It's got some great content, and then we will be using PBNs within the system as well, because we're going to be doing some stuff with that. Okay, so what we covered so far, the content that Google loves to rank. I've already sort of covered that, and you know, there's nothing hard about this kind of stuff, guys. There's really nothing hard about this. What you do want to focus on though is your silo structure. So anybody who's not familiar with how to create a good silo structure, watch that video with the link I gave you for the Silo Alpha plugin. It's just a simple squeeze page. Okay, it's got a video where I cover that. It's a 7-minute video. Go through it. It's got some great info. What you should end up with is something that looks like this. Okay, you can see here that we've got all our niches. Now, if you follow that 7-minute video, you will know how to go and get your categories and how to think about your subcategories. And then we can take it further by taking the main keyword from that category and putting it into the Google Keyword Planner. So, for example, mountain bikes, okay, or actually cruiser bikes down here. So if I go into key search and I go and search for cruiser bikes and I do my search, it's going to give me about 700 keywords back, or 701 for some strange reason. And all we're going to do, 626 I got here. Okay, so I'm just going to check box all, and I'm going to click on save the keywords, and actually I'm going to click on export the keywords and export to TXT. Okay, just save it with any name for now, and I'll open that up. Now, if I take all of these keywords, just copy them, and I go into Google Keyword Planner. When we open Keyword Planner, we've got these 3 options here. Okay, click on the second one. We'll put our keywords in here. I'm just going to bring it up the top so I can get rid of that top part here. And make sure you click in here somewhere so that this Get Search Volume button highlights. Otherwise, it won't highlight. It will just stay grey. And we can do the search in here. And this is super simple, guys. This is one of the easiest ways to do website structure and get Google to optimize it for you. Okay, so I've got all these keywords back. Now I'm going to the keyword group ideas. Okay, and from here what I can do is I can click on download. I can click on save data to Google. Click on download there, and it's going to create a spreadsheet for me. And all I got Tanya to do was just to copy and paste all of these for these different categories that we found by going through Amazon first, like I taught in that 7-minute video. Okay, and then we just created these tabs at the bottom so that we've got these ad groups like this. Okay, and when you see the ad groups for that particular, let's take the cruiser bike example that we just used here. When we see the ad groups in here, we can see it's got mountain bike, it's got bikes for sale, road bike. Now some of these we can use and some of these we would not use for categories, depending on how you want to structure your site yourself or your content, how you want your content to be. But in here we just go, you know, we can see what the subcategories should be. You know, we've got bike gear and all that kind of stuff. You just need to fit it with your correct category, and from there you can create a very structured site very quickly. So for example, cruiser bikes, if I've got my category cruiser bikes for the type of content that I'm doing, speed cruiser is a good one. Okay, I'm going to copy that and stick it up there. Okay, speed cruiser good, cruiser bicycle, inch cruisers, talking about what size of wheel, cheap, no, speed beach cruiser, that could be good. I'm pretty sure there's something going to be turning up that says beach cruiser soon, or even just keep a little sticky note up. Let's get rid of that. Okay, mountain bikes not going to fit in, because mountain bikes are not the same. Specialized bikes might. Okay, and I can just go out and have my sticky note and just go through these. Kids cruiser bikes, yeah, why not? So we can do like that, and just go and pick the ones that make sense. That you don't have to take all of these. You just want to take what will fit into the type of content you want to do. Bike gear I won't take because I've got an accessories section already. Okay, let's see. Women's cruisers, yeah, okay, I'll take that, and I will go and check if that kind of category is in Amazon as well. I can cross-reference them. Men's, and here we go. You know, you can build out those categories that are going to make perfect sense, but we're getting Google to optimize it. Beach bicycle, Yeah, we've got women's cruiser, etc., etc. I'm just going to pick some of these. The thing to remember is like you do not want to be more than 3 steps away from a buy button. Okay, so if I'm in my site and I click through from a category, then I want a buy button to be within 3 clicks from here. Okay, so you might click through on the category, then you've got a post, and inside that post you will have buy buttons. Okay, not more than 3 clicks. That's a sort of general rule for the e-com stuff. Okay, looks like Tanya's still got to build this one out. She was working on that yesterday, or I think she was. All right, any questions? Yeah, key search, there is a discount. If you're Chris, if you're in the let me just see if I can get it. I was going to say if you're in the Skype group, I'll post it in there. It should actually be on the website by now, but I've been sort of delayed in getting into the website stuff. This weekend, though, I'm going to be recording the niche ripping shorter videos, because we kind of coming to the end of the money site stuff, and there's been a big focus on the money site stuff. And because I'm cutting out the keyword poking, I don't think we need it. So I spend a bit more time and effort on the content and the money site stuff, and how we can speed it up and make it quick and basically do better content than other people. So I need to get into that, and plus we will do some extra stuff inside the member area as well for resources and tools and free tools and free keyword tools, all that kind of good stuff. We're working on that this weekend, and we'll do shorter videos for niche ripping as well. So we can start at the beginning. What these will be like bullet point type of videos, okay, and it will just be information referencing stuff that you need to do. If you want to find out how to do it, then go and look at the longer over-the-shoulder videos, because those cannot be done sort of in a quick style. They are real over-the-shoulder stuff where things are getting done, and you really cannot do that any quicker than what it really is, and that's just the reality of doing a live course. But also when you're doing a live course, you've got that evolution when you see things and you can improve things, and you discover you know, new strategies as you're sort of on the journey. So when we come back around and we start to do those short videos, we will have all that kind of stuff so that you can just follow those steps, and the other videos are going to be referenced for you. Okay, right, let me see if I can find a key search. There is a discount code for it. All right, any other questions, guys, you can ask me while I'm searching for this. Okay, Tim, what do you use to back up and clone? There's a plugin that they're using for. I've got Miguel doing this, and this is what we're using for that actual service as well, where they will go and connect these money sites into Google Console and into Google Analytics, Bing Webmaster Tools, and they will do everything that's needed for the basic setup. We started to do that last week. I didn't even email that yet, because I want to make sure they can do it and don't get in trouble when they're doing it, don't get behind or overwhelmed. So we haven't even emailed the offer, but we just posted in the groups, and I think we've got quite a few people there. There's definitely more than 10 people there, but I don't know exactly how many. But not everybody has submitted the forms yet. What we use, if I go into the plugins in here, they're using a free plugin, and it's called this one here, all-in-one migration. All-in-one migration. If I can get the details here, I'll be able to get the link for you. All right, Tim, there you go. That's your link. Okay, Chris, I'm still looking for your discount. I've just got to go through to the place where I've got that. Just give me 1 second. Right, if you use this link with this coupon, yeah, I got it now. Okay, sorry for the delay. Use this link with this coupon, Chris, and it will work. You get a 20% discount. Keysearch is awesome too, and you know he keeps making it better as well. I do like Longtail Pro as well, but Keysearch is still my favorite. Okay, so that KSDISC, that's your coupon code. Get 20% discount. TJ, you were on a webinar with Herc and Matt tonight. What was their webinar about? I'm not really following what those guys are doing. I'm not really following any of the SEO guys too much. The PBN stuff, were they talking about Matt Woodward's course? Oh, okay. Was Matt on the webinar? I was thinking to ask him to come into a webinar. Okay, maybe I'll get him in then, because we could have a good session with him. And, you know, I've gone through half of the course. It's very detailed. It's covering the basics very, very well. It's very, very well explained. And, you know, it's okay. It's a good course. I did before, about 3 years ago, a webinar series. Myself and Hugh Hitchcock, we did a webinar series. I think it was 6 webinars, and it was like an hour and a half each. It was really, really detailed. But it's not even relevant today, what we did, you know, just that 3 years ago that we did. You know, things change fast. He's got some good resources as well inside the members area that he won't be giving away on that sort of pre-launch stuff, but he's giving some good stuff away in the pre-launch that you can sort of benefit from and use. But grab that HT access file because that's kind of good information, and stick that in all of your PBN sites, WordPress PBN sites, and he shows you how to do that. Okay. Yeah, I'll try and get him in. I'll see if I can get him in over the next few days if he's sort of free, because we've got a lot of people interested in that kind of stuff as well. And that sort of brings me into the Alpha Network stuff. I mean, I've been trying to get in there so that we can add WordPress and we can build it a little bit similar to what the EasyBlog Networks is doing by using DigitalOcean and Volta and a whole bunch of those kind of VPS systems. And we're trying to get there. We're really, really trying to get there. But with the Traffic Scout Alpha stuff right now, I'm just, you know, demanding that we get that to the point where I want it to be, and we're not going to have to come back around to it later. And because we want to build out these sites really, really fast. I mean, we want to build out either hundreds of very big sites or thousands of little sites. And it's all going to be very, very possible by using this automation. You know, it's not going to be hard. And it does require really that you have a virtual assistant to be able to do this, because when you have to go in to do the formatting stuff in the post, once you've got your sort of information in the WordPress poster, and you want to sort of format and you want to put in introductions and for your articles, etc., you really do need somebody doing this for you. And what it leaves for you at that point is, if you're using the Silent Alpha plugin, it's even easier. What you can do is you can just go through your categories, and then you can do some basic research on each category or subcategory, and you can put different types of content that you want to be creating. So for example, in the Amazon tool here, you can see I've got like folding electric bikes that are top sellers. Now I could do like top 10 folding electric bikes for 2017, or I could do top rated folding electric bikes, and I can do both. There's no reason why I cannot do both. Okay, if you've got a VA, all you need to do is you tell them, go and do a post for top selling folding electric bikes, do a post for top rated folding electric bikes, and then you can switch over here the response group to the new releases, and you could do like top latest folding bikes for 2017, for example. So you could get about 4 or 5 posts out of, you know, just one basic search. And this is how we can keep building that content and keep getting more and more keywords into our site, and that site becomes topically rich for the SEO, and it just keeps sort of escalating from there, and you're building an authority site really quickly. Okay, if you think about the power of this, it's really incredible stuff. And then we've got the other tools that we can use as well. We've got this Google News stuff. When I've got mass media back, we will have the press releases back as well. Hopefully we can get that by next week. I'm praying we can. I kind of miss it myself, actually. And the video send alpha as well, we've got in the account creator. Now we've got that automation for these video sharing sites. These are all red here because I actually tested it for just the video sharing sites, but we got these new video sharing sites that we added, 6 last week, and we'll try and do another 6 over the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks so that we can build it up eventually to about 20. But they're really hard to work with, the video sharing sites. That's why it's not a quick process to be able to add them. It took about 7 or 8 days for him to get those 6 in there, and he can work fast. He can work really fast. They're just not easy to work with, these kind of sites. For some reason, I don't understand the tech side, but when we can do this kind of, when you've got this kind of power though, and you've got the other stuff happening, and you've got like unlimited rank trackers and all that kind of stuff, this is very, very good tool. So yeah, I want to get this absolutely spot on. I want to make sure that we got it take it as far as we can. Then I can get into things like the alpha networks and start to build it out properly for the VPS systems that we can use, and we can deploy sites in minutes for WordPress sites as well. A bit like EasyBlog Networks does, but I'm going to take it further than that as well. I've got a whole bunch of ideas to take that further. So it's a patience game. It's kind of frustrating having just one coder, but it's a reality and we have to deal with it. But it will happen. All right. TJ, you're welcome for sending you to the map video. Yeah, I just started to get to know him this week. He's actually a decent guy to get to know. He's very approachable. And I helped him as well. I put him in a couple of my JV groups and gave him some advice what to do there as well, because that's the sort of new area for him, this kind of affiliate recruitment with these kind of guys from JV's early launches. So I helped him out a little bit as well. So hopefully he will come and do a webinar with us. And we'll see if we can get him in this week. Okay. I don't know how soon, but I'll talk to him after the webinar. All right, so that's kind of all I've got for you today, guys. I just wanted really to cover this featured snippet stuff because I was really excited about it, because when we're looking for those keywords and in those keyword tools, you're always going to find, like here, you've got Target, you've got Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, Amazon. These are all the big sites. And you can look at that and you can look at the domain authority and think, how the hell are we going to beat these? Without having a ton of backlinks. How are we going to beat these without having like authority backlinks? What are we going to do? Well, that's the answer. The feature snippets is the answer. We just do better content. They will not do that kind of content. They will not do list style posts. Amazon does individual style posts. All of them do. So we can go and take them. We can go and take their traffic with the feature snippets. So how do we get backlinks? We will cover that next week. We will start to get into the backlink stuff next week. Okay. And the PVNs is a very good way to do it. High quality press releases can give us instantly sort of high volume referring domains coming in. We can do stuff with the social interaction. Josh Zamora has got a tool coming out on the 2nd called SendBuddy. If you've got SendLabs, you can log into SendBuddy with your SendLab account, and you will find he's giving you some basic credits in there. But you have to, it works in a credit system, okay? And on that front end offer, on his launch, you can buy like 500 credits, 1,000 credits, etc. You will get it low cost during that launch. And I'm teaming up with Abyss on that promotion because we want to win that competition. And we're putting together some really very good bonuses for that. So keep an eye out for that promotion. And SendBuddy is pretty good. I tested it only with one campaign so far, and I think I've got about 36 or 40 social shares just from one link I put. But don't forget, not many people are in there right now. After the launch, there's going to be a whole ton of new people in there, and hopefully quite a lot, like thousands, I'm hoping. And that means when you put your links in there to get shared, they will get done, relatively quickly if you want it to be done that way. But there's enough people in there to be able to get the amount of social reshares that you want. So they're doing like real retweets and real Facebook shares and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that promotion, and we've got some great bonuses for that. And it's a good system, very, very good system. So we'll have a look at that as well, along with the PBN stuff next week. George, you got the keyword tool from the link. Thank you. All right, so anybody got any questions? Anything at all? If you want to ask anything about any of the other tools, anything about feature snippets, anything about wherever, I'm here. All right. Okay, so I'm probably going to finish this webinar now if there's no more questions. I will be in and out the Skype groups, guys, but I'm doing a lot of work in the trenches. I'm actually in doing the SEO stuff, but the good thing is when I do SEO, I come up with a whole bunch of new stuff, new strategies, and that gives us ideas to automate new things that we can put into the tools. So if you're asking questions and I'm not answering there for a couple of days, it's because I'm busy working on stuff in the background. But if there's anything urgent, you can connect with like Tanya or Stephanie, for example, and ask them if they would get a message to me, because if I stay away from Skype, I can get my work done. If I'm in Skype, I tend to lose time very, very quickly for various reasons, not just because, you know, customers are connecting with me. There's a whole bunch of JVs and stuff who want me to promote their products, and some of those conversations can be really long. So it's not just, you know, I'm not avoiding customers, it's just I need to get work done. Sometimes you just need to go dark for a few days and go into and do what you need to do. And when you're doing the SEO stuff, it's better to do it not distracted. It's better just to be really focused on what's going on and spotting things and taking notice of things. And that is where the strategies come from, to test new stuff and things like that. So it should start to really get exciting from next week when we start to build out some backlinking stuff and start driving traffic as well. Okay. Where can you read up in snippets, Brian? Okay, I'll tell you what. I sort of copied and pasted stuff from notes from various places when I was digging into this last week. I'm going to share that with you. Okay, so you can. I'm just saving you a whole bunch of hours and hours of work. Okay, this is what I did. That document there for everybody. Okay. You can see links where I was getting the information. I spent probably, you know, over a period of about 3-4 days going through that kind of stuff, but kind of intensely and quickly as well, so that I could grab all the information that I could, so that we could make sure that Traffic Scout Alpha's got everything it needs. A lot of this stuff is not really relevant from there about the Amazon affiliate kind of stuff, but we can take some of the basics from there. Okay. All right, guys, I think we can finish up there. If you've got any questions, I will be in the Skype group a little bit later, and I'll get this webinar replay on the blog and in the member area as well. Guys, if you're in niche ripping, Traffic Scout Alpha, don't worry that other people see this kind of information. Unless they've got the Traffic Scout Alpha technology, they're not really able to use it in the same way that you can, okay? I just want to get some good information out there so that we can, you know, help people to understand that we need to be looking at SEO, and especially content marketing for SEO, completely different from, you know, the usual kind of stuff that we've been doing for years and years and years. Things have changed, the landscape has changed a lot. Google is moving on, unless we move with it. And, you know, the opportunity is there. I mean, we can automate so much of this kind of stuff and make it easy, but we can still do high quality stuff as well. And it's become a lot easier. It's actually easier than spamming. Okay, it's actually easier than spamming YouTube or Web 2.0 sites. This is much, much easier, much better as well. You feel better, you feel cleaner with this kind of thing if we can do good quality content. The one thing I will say though is with that kind of content, you do need to put in some unique content as well, which is a service that we will be starting up. And to do those kind of posts, I don't know how much it will cost. It's not going to be like $8 an article, I know that much, because there's a lot more work involved. But one post with this sort of style is not going to be anything related to what you would buy for an $8 or $5 article on Fiverr or somewhere else. This is going to be high quality, optimized content, and each product will have its own information as well. Okay, and how we do that is we use real reviews on Amazon around the product, and I did a video on niche ripping. I can't remember which one, but basically you could use. So I did like in real time. I took the bullet points from real reviews, and then I crafted a paragraph or two around the bullet points, so that I reworded the things as if it was made it with reviewing that product like I had real world experience of that product. That's how we can write those reviews, and that's what we will be doing on that service as well. We will have writers trained up to be able to do that, but I can't introduce it until we speed up the Traffic Scout Alpha stuff so that we can do them quickly. Otherwise, it can get really time consuming for them to do that. All right. Okay, I'll speak to you guys later. Thanks.